And we're live here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. I'm really excited. I have Andrew here today, and Andrew's with Extraordinary Men's Network, and he's going to tell us all about it. Andrew and I met through Bump, and he's interviewed me, and now it's my turn to interview him, and I'm really excited to actually learn about him and hear his story. So, Andrew, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, for hosting me, Derek. It's great to be in that Nourish, Heal, and Thrive. Those are three words that mean a lot to me too. It's great to be here.
Cool. So let's just tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Okay, how long do we have?
Oh, we got
Enough.
we got
Enough, I'm
enough.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Andrew Michael Houghton, formerly Andrew Houghton. I started using started using my middle name not too long ago, and it was kind of part of my identity acceptance journey, voyage, whichever. Basically, I'm a British guy, born in England, in Liverpool, and after I graduated university, I came out to South Korea. I've been over here since 2003 in education. Most of that time, I've been professor at the university for 15 years. And in the last 5 years, I got certified and became a life coach. I'm married, have three kids, one stepson and two daughters, and life is good. I started Extraordinary Men's Network as an extension of a way to reach people, reach men through, as I do my coaching. And that's me right now, pretty much. Yeah,
Well, thank you for waking up very early in the morning there in South Korea, and
my
we
pleasure.
appreciate we appreciate you being here. So tell us about the coaching that you do and how why you decided to be a coach.
Yeah, so I well, it definitely started about 5.5 years ago now, when I reached my limit, I suppose, of what I was willing to accept in terms of my anger, my depression, my dissatisfaction with all things in my life. And I found a counselor. Some of them, I went through a few, counselor, therapist, um, holistic healer. There's a bunch of names that people use, some of them are more officially recognized than others. But that was the start of my journey, and the biggest turning point for me was when a coach said to me that you're not really. So I was expressing my dissatisfaction with repeating the same story over and over again, and not really getting any traction with it, feeling better. And he said, "Well, are you still drinking?" I said, "Yeah, I drink." I was like, "Well, you're never really going to know yourself or know your feelings and where these feelings come from if your mind is clouded by, like, alcohol, for example. For other people, it could be other substances or whatever, but for me, it was definitely alcohol. And that I don't know if it was the way he said it or just the kind of like desperation in that moment. But I was like, okay, I'm going to do something about this, and I found a recovery program that deals with alcoholism. And at first, I didn't even think it would exist in this country. Like, uh, if anyone knows much about Korea, they definitely know soju. And I don't know if they know to the extent to which alcohol is available, but basically, there's convenience stores on every block, 24 hours a day open. They sell booze all day. Some of it's very, very cheap and strong, tastes terrible. But anyway, very easily accessible. Some people say like the Irish of Asia, but it yeah, I thought it'd be impossible to not drink over here. But anyway, I joined the meeting and I listened to people talk, and I took some advice, and now I'm 4 years and a couple of months sober. Haven't had a drink for over 4 years, and that's when my life, as you said, I was able to start looking at things with fresh eyes because they were not tainted by the numbing effect and the delusional effect that alcohol has on my way of thinking. And you know doing some serious introspective work, is that the right term, on myself and my motivations for things, and questioning beliefs in things. I did some like audio book coaching by Tony Robbins. I attended one of his live events. And these things just pile on top of each other to really open my eyes to what I was doing to sabotage my experience, shall we say, like to sabotage my satisfaction or my joy, to limit my potential. So once I felt satisfied in what I'd done with that, I then looked at, well, I want to help other people do this. This has been profound for me. I want to be able to pass it on to others. So I found a mentor who I really resonated with and got his help. Well, I signed up for his program to do what he does, and that's what's got me certified as a coach. And I've been in that with that institute for 3 years now. Met magnificent people, and I've been able to make an impact on other people's lives too. So,
That's amazing. Thanks for sharing. And yeah, it's really great that you were able to stop the drinking. And now
yeah.
now you have clarity and you can help other people, do the same. So when you help other people, you're primarily helping men, right? And are you helping
Mm.
them with alcohol? Or are you just helping with all kinds of struggles in life?
Yeah. So yes, I primarily help men. I have coached women, and I would never turn away a woman who looked for coaching. That so to be clear, it's more of a I'm a man, and men deal with alcoholism and emotions and things a little bit differently generally. So my message tends to resonate, and my life experience resonates more with men. So I talk to them. However, I have through my teaching career and just through social life, I suppose I have helped women too. And it's not drinking at all, actually, because that could be a thing, but it's more of that's a symptom, right? Like I drank because of other issues, is what I learned now. So people might stop drinking. I'm not an anti-alcohol person. I'm not really an anti anything except hurting other people, I suppose. Let's just say that. But men or women, it's usually comes down to some kind of fear, a fear of rejection or a fear of failure. Those two are huge. Even the fear of success. Some people have self-loathing issues. It can be imposter syndrome. These are more of the root kind of issues that drive the drinking, drive the excessive eating, drive the isolating, self-esteem, confidence. These things are exacerbated by these root causes, and that's what I help peel away the layers to get down to is what potentially are you afraid of, or what's holding you back. So I yeah, I can't give just one answer for myself personally, but the drinking was purely to numb myself from. I think fear of rejection was huge. I've always been. My earliest memories as a child was being very active and kind of a bit of a clown and enjoying making other people happy. But somehow others' reactions that were not positive, so like negative reactions towards me, like the the darkness in the corner just managed to take over and shut me down and make me uncomfortable about standing out. And I don't remember at what age that happened, but I needed something else to allow me to let myself out, let my in a glow show, if you like, and that was alcohol. So to get back to that ability to speak from my heart, to perform, if you like, in a classroom or in a webinar or in a presentation, that's been liberating. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my journey.
What's changed in your life since you've done all that?
Well, I'm married. Um, I have 3 kids. I still have my job, which is a miracle. Um, my wife and I have run 4 businesses together during COVID, which was an interesting experience. And we've moved house several times. I graduated from my coaching certification, and we flew to LA to do that graduation. And she was 6 months pregnant when she came over with me. That was quite an experience for her too. But just the level of like the support I have from her, the teamwork that we have together, the way we are committed to kind of creating our best lives together, even though we met, in very, she's a little bit younger than me, but still, like, she had a son already. And, I was a recovering alcoholic at 40. And then we had 2 kids. So we're both like starting this big life thing together at a kind of an older age. And I just never would have imagined it. 5 years ago, before I met her, 6.5 years ago, my life was all about alcohol and Netflix at 3 o'clock in the morning, and waking up with McDonald's wrappers on my face. And I never would have imagined that I would be now living in Gangnam. If anyone remembers that song from like 10 years ago, Gangnam Style, which
Yeah.
is a very, this is the capital of Seoul, really. And we're running an institute, and I'm coaching people, and we have beautiful daughters, and I'm talking to you the other side of the world, and I've got friends all over the place. I'm running a community with 800 men. Um, so much, so much for the better. It's amazing.
Oh, that is amazing. So really, really great stuff. So what kind of, you said you have clients that come to you with all different problems. What would you say is the most common problem? And what would you say is the most common outcome after working with you?
Yeah. So as I um, alluded to earlier, the problem that they come to me with is rarely the thing that needs to be healed or transformed, right? Um, However, it generally is self-esteem. It's generally self-love or self-worth is the problem. So with the guys that I work with, they have jobs, or they have a family, or they're single, and they're looking for a job. And their issues, their beliefs about themselves, their beliefs about how society sees them creates a very unhealthy kind of feedback loop into their self-esteem, which stops them from progressing. And if anything, when that goes on for too long, you slide back, you regress. So it's the result is some of them are work in progress, but for the last 2 or 3 clients I've had, they've gone on to get the job they wanted, if not better. They've gone on to heal their relationship, get a promotion in their job, and just they report, and they've had their spouse and family or friends report that they just look happier in life. People are saying, like, I don't know what you're doing differently, but you look like you're enjoying yourself these days. That kind of result is what they were looking for, and that's what ultimately I keep working with them until that's what they get, because we've all lived that point in our lives, whether it was from the earliest childhood memory, or maybe it was a sweet spot in our teens. We've all been there generally, and we just have to get back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's great stuff. So anything that you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
No, I just enjoy. I enjoy your company, and your group is amazing. And when I started this with Bump or Catapult a year before, and I never changed my name from Extraordinary Men's Network. A lot of groups had a name like that and then changed to be more of like what the essence of it, right? Like Extraordinary Men's Network, where you can thrive and inspire. And I just left it as that. But being extraordinary means something different to everybody. For me, it means being authentic, and it means being responsible and having ownership, making decisions and having extreme ownership of those decisions that you make. That's what being extraordinary is. So I developed this community, so that men can be together to support, to be supported, to inspire and be inspired for one another to live their best lives. So whether I'm coaching or bringing in other coaches and other experts to talk about various things that can help us to thrive, that's what I do in my community. So I'm either doing one-to-one coaching or I'm doing kind of group coaching in a sense in my community. So those are the things I wanted more people to know about.
Yeah, great. So we're going to have you leave your links in the comments here so people can
Okay.
find your group. Are you doing discovery calls or?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, everyone who joins the community is welcome to. Well, I mean, discover. Yeah, you can talk to me anytime if you're curious about what I do. If you want to be in the community, I do welcome interviews where you can share whatever you feel driven to share in that, and we have events as well where you can
Awesome.
take part in. So, yeah.
That's great. So if you're listening or watching and you connect and resonate with Andrew, definitely check out his links because we want you to join his group and we want you to be more extraordinary. And even if you're a woman here and you have a man in your life that you want to bring the extraordinary out of him and have him be a better man, definitely let him know that he should find Andrew. And he's gonna, like I said, he's gonna put his links here in the comments. Thank you so much for doing this, Andrew. Do you have any last words to leave everybody with?
Yeah, I did, and then you said that. I was like, women don't tell your man to to come over here, but maybe start liking some of my things that I share, and maybe he'll see it and then join because there ain't no way to be like, oh yeah, thanks for the advice, honey. I'm gonna go over there and get better because I need, one in 100 maybe, but in general, you'll be like, hey, I'm pretty perfect as I am, baby. You know, so I don't know about that, telling him to come, but yeah, if you see it on your wife's profile, feel free to check me out, or girlfriend, or sister, or aunt, or whatever, or even your mum. But yeah, just love yourself, be kind to yourself, and know that the world is working for you, not to you. It's everything's in your best interest if you let it. So yeah, I look forward to connecting with as many of you as I can.
Love it, love it. Yeah, we really want you to connect with Andrew. So thank you again, Andrew. If you like what we're doing here in Nourish, Heal, and Thrive, come and interview and we'll spotlight you. We'll share your gifts. And even if you're struggling, we'll support you in your struggles. So thank you again, Andrew. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.